Look what you've done to the top of my hat. That right there is ruby slobber. You want me to put it on? You want Daddy to wear it? Or you want to eat it? Well, she's gonna eat it. Sweetie, that's Daddy's hat. Thank you. There. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much. Wow. Oh. How about Ruby wears it? Nope. You don't want to wear Daddy's hat, sweetie? Well, good morning, folks. Lester here, and we are back. Day number 2 of working with Alex, trying to get a system set up to pump water from the Trinity River into our pond. And yesterday we exhausted ourselves. All 3 of us men did. Me, Alex, and Uriel, who came over to help. We worked just to I'll say the breaking point. We worked to the breaking point. All 3 of us were just mentally and physically exhausted by the end of the day. But Alex has come up with a solution. He talked to an engineer back at the office where he works, and we think that a kind of a midway pump will be the key to getting this water from the river up our hill. A lot of folks don't understand, without seeing it in real person, it's hard to explain the incline you're trying to drive that water, or in this case, push that water up. And so the pump that he brought out, he thought would do it by itself, a big diesel engine hydraulic pump. But in fact, it has to pull the water 100 foot from the river up to the pump, and then has to push it from there 300 foot up a very steep incline, and it wasn't able to do it. So we do think that a secondary pump put along about the halfway point or so to kind of give it a boost, we'll go ahead, and booster pump they call it, I believe, will be the trick that will be the ticket. And so we're waiting for him to show up now. You guys come along, join us, and we'll see if we can get this to happen, huh? And thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting us. And thank you for your continued prayers. We can certainly use them. Oh my God, you got a new one.
That's what I said. I'm like, dang.
That thing does look massive.
Can we call that one Walter?
Call it Walter.
Yeah. Walter feels big.
Yep, 325 horsepower.
Who's Walter?
Walter is from
Uh-huh.
the old men.
Yep. All right, so what do we got going here today, Alex?
So we got a high pressure pump.
High pressure pump.
It's called a 6x3.
A 6x3.
It'll do up to about 180 psi. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tie in
Okay.
that pump head.
Yes, sir.
Gonna have that hose coming up the hill.
Okay.
Where it plateaus up
Right.
there.
The plateau.
We're gonna tie in right here.
Uh-huh.
And it's gonna boost it all the way up here.
Wow. Okay.
It's the real deal.
This is the real deal.
Yeah.
Man, and just real fast, I love this, and I also feel bad for you. You're driving over an hour each way. And yesterday, how tired were you last night?
I fell asleep pretty good.
You did. Yeah, I slept as well, but I slept real well. But and I said in my video, I said I was just exhausted.
Yeah.
It was just exhausting, just mentally and physically. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. So one of the hardest parts of this particular project is going to we have to back this monster down. And I don't think, well, it is a 4x4. All right, let me move this out of the way. So Alex is going to come. Remember, we don't got to go all the way down, friends. This is going to be tough. I wonder if Alex can drive as good as Uriel can. Uriel is the master. All right, this is where I worry, and I will be out of the way as he comes down. But you're on gravel and you're on a pretty steep slope. You better put it in 4-wheel drive, Alex. Okay. All right, here goes nothing. This is a really scary procedure because he's not even halfway down, and I don't think his truck has a lot of traction.
I don't know if I can do it.
Okay, I don't know if you can either. All we can do is bring the tractor back up.
Yeah. I'm worried I might, I'm worried that if I keep coming back, I won't be able to stop.
This is gonna roll on you?
Because I'm mashing on the brake and I'm still...
You're sliding.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna take the trailer off of the truck and hook it onto the tractor. We have Uriel's back. He's our heavy equipment operator. Yeah. And this thing, my friends, is about double the weight of the one we brought down yesterday. So talk about treacherous and scary having to navigate hills as steep as the ones that we're navigating is really something. All right, so we have Uriel on the tractor. He stuck it in a very low gear. The worry is when you get that much weight pulling you down, you have gravel, you hope that your tires can grip and grab. And the low gear, the weight of the tractor should help a lot. And like I was saying, even if you start hitting your brakes, if the weight is pulling you, right there, he's fine, but now Uriel might be trying to stay off the rock. I don't know exactly what his plans are, but he's a very good tractor operator. I've seen him do some really neat things with Mr. Leo. And then I was telling Jamie yesterday how ingenuitive he is for a young guy. He's only 26, but he can problem solve and troubleshoot everything. And that tells me that he's had to do it. He's been forced to do it his whole life. And guys like that are just so valuable. All right, this is where it gets risky. Now we're on the incline. And we got to drop down 10, about 50 foot on that same incline with a very heavy weight. I would put my bucket down. When I say the bucket, I mean the front loader. I'd put it right along the ground. Now Alex gives him a thumbs up. All right, that's great. That's amazing. We're about to level out here. And once we level out, the risk is not near as great. Oh, we're so blessed to have the tractor. I'm also thankful that Alex had the mindset to realize that this is not safe with this truck. Slow and steady. We're an hour in, and I am spent. So what we have so far is, this is as far back as we had to move the pump. We're gonna tie in here because we were getting water up to this level yesterday from the other pump. This over here will act as a suctioning tool to suck in what we're pulling up, and then it will just high pressure put it right back out. And then our high pressure output over here, we're gonna take right up the hill where you see Uriel and Alex are dropping down hose. So that's what we're working with today. This is gonna work, y'all. This has to work. I'm gonna say this. If this does not work, I'm out of options. So it's just gonna work. It's gonna work. It's gonna have to work, okay? My mama would say, Lester, just lay your hands on it and the Lord's will be done. But Mama has a lot more faith in her connection to the Lord than what I do. I'll just say that. I've never laid my hands on anything and come out successful, y'all. Everything I lay my hands on comes out just the opposite. I have to take you know what? I better just go ahead and wipe my handprints right off of that. We ain't gonna even be having none of that. I'm sorry. There. Yeah, I was never there. Lester was never there. So that's the prayer place right there. So if that means anything, we're coming uphill at the prayer place. So we have to get water to this point. If we don't get water to this point, then this over here does us no good at all. We would have to end up taking this further down the hill, and we don't want to do that. So Uriel just pointed out something, a valid point. Isn't it crazy that those Generac pumps with only a 2-inch seem to have a lot more pressure and a lot more, well, those Generacs got the water from that river up that hill. Yeah. And these two big pumps can't seem to do it. These big diesel powered $50,000 pumps, y'all, can't get water up this hill, which is there's something wrong here. All right, as you can see, looks like a snake uncurling itself. This is the water making itself up the hill. And then once water gets into there, that will high pressurize the water. A lot like a power sprayer does. You put your water hose into it, but it comes out with a whole lot more pressure. And we hope that pressure will get us up and over the hill to our pond. All right, so here's the problem. We do not have enough, that big ass pump cannot get water up to this pump. So this big pump here is worthless. It's never going to stay full enough to pressurize the water if it can't get water into it. And so that big pump at the river, hydraulic pump, is not getting water this high up the hill. Friends, what we're gonna have to do now is something very treacherous, something I'm not comfy with, but Uriel says it's okay. He's the one driving the tractor. He's our tractor, our heavy equipment operator. He's gonna bring this big pressurized pump down another notch, another level. Now, I don't like this hill. This is the scary one to me. Uriel wants to try to put a tractor tire over on this side of the hill so that he can keep his traction. We don't trust the gravel here for traction. And I says, put that bucket right along the ground, and if you feel scared, drop that bucket into the ground and jump off that tractor. And we'll be out of the way from here. You know, guys do stuff like this for a living, and I guess they get used to it. People like me who don't see it on a... Look at the incline here, though, friends. I know I'm holding my breath for Uriel. I'm imagining you are too. Whew. I just took a sigh of relief there. We're about to level off. All right, so what we've done is now we've moved this high pressure pump down. That's not on there all the way. So we have the hydraulic pump getting water out of the river. It's going to bring it up about 150 foot to here. So from the river to here, with using the hoses as my measure, it's 150 foot. And then from here going up, this is our 300 foot climb. So Alex hopes that the hydraulic pump can give us enough pressure to here, give us the water we need, right, Alex?
That's right.
Then the high pressure will take it here and push it up the hill. All right, guess what, everybody? Guess where we're at? We're back to Huck's Crossing, and we are going to run the hose here again, because now that we've moved the pumps, this is the most direct shot. I feel bad for Uriel. He's just working and working. And all of these hoses are rolled up backwards from how we need them. We don't have an adapter, so we have to unroll them and lay them down. We can't just unroll them and uncoil them down the hill like you would think. So, and we don't have a rope. I told Uriel if we had a 300-foot rope, we could just run the rope down and then or connect here and just pull them down, but we don't have a rope to run that length. We have this 100-foot of yellow here. That's all we have.
¿Estás bien?
Yep.
All right, so I know the wind has picked up significantly, and it may make it difficult to hear. But what we've done, well, I will say this. This is our last attempt at making this work. And if it doesn't, I don't know what we're going to do. But we have a hydraulic pump that is pulling water 150 feet out of the river and supplying it into a second pump. We have a high pressured pump that is pushing it from the base, the ridge right there, up 300 foot, which comes right here to Huck's Crossing. And I can hear the pumps are both running, but as of now, I see no water flow whatsoever. All right, so I hear Alex is cranked up. At least one of the pumps is revved up pretty good. All right, I see water coming this way. Guys, I can see the hose. I can see the hose is filling. It's like a snake crawling itself towards you. I'll let you watch here. Oh. Uriel, is he gonna make it? I see the water slowly filling. If you watch the hose, you can see when it begins to fill with water. Here we go. There's some movement, Uriel. There is some movement. Oh my goodness, Uriel. Friends, we're still waiting. We're still waiting for any water to come out the end of this hose. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, we have water. We have water. We have water. There it goes. It's not as much water as I thought it was going to be, but there is water. And it's flowing down our little creek, our survivor spring, we call it, right here at Huck's Crossing. Hey, that's water. We got water, Uriel. Well, we got water. My friends, we have water. All right, we're gonna put our stake in the ground right about here. We're on the side of the pond, not where the water flows into it, but over here on the side to see how much water we can get in the next 24 hours. I hope when I come outside in the morning, the water's up to here. That would be great. I don't think it's gonna happen, but that would be great.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.